how to research your audience effectively. Like what or where do you go when you want to research your target audience? How do you find these statistics? One of the first places we'd recommend starting is actually at your public library. Especially here in Spokane, our public library has downtown a business research specialist at their reference desk. You can find census information, you can get demographic information, you can find out how many competitor businesses there are. I mean, there's so many details that you can get going to one of these reference desks. In fact, I don't have his name on hand, but there's one particular fellow there who is just like the ninja for this kind of research. So start easily there, because you can get other people who have already searched things. They probably already have those records ready to go for you. And if not, they'll help you find them. The second place you can start looking is look at Facebook ad statistics. When you go in to create an ad or when you start researching, Facebook breaks everything down by demographic. That's, I mean, the purpose of Facebook is they gather information on individuals, so they can tell you a lot about how many people are in an area, who they are, what they're interested. Other than the thing that you're researching, what else do they pay attention to or follow or read or do? So check out those statistics as well. The other thing to do is frequent places where those people are. If it's online groups, join those Facebook groups, watch those forums, follow those pages, go to those places in person if it's a physical location. That's the best way to get research, is to actually just sit and watch and listen. One example that Frank tells frequently is of a client who wanted to open a fast food joint. And you can spend all this time going and researching and looking at statistics, but what they did instead is they went and they sat in the same area. There was another fast food joint, and so they bought a drink and they sat there and they just checked off how many people came by in an hour, in 2 hours. What were the demographics of those people? Did they walk in? Did they drive in? What did they get? Were they men? Were they women? Were they kids? Were they families? And they just tracked all those demographics. For the price of a couple of drinks, they got more information in a couple of hours than they could have possibly found anywhere else. And it was more pertinent because it was in the same area they wanted to open it. So don't be afraid to go and spend your time just sitting and watching. But the overarching key with all of this is to make sure that you aren't just researching what you want to know. Make sure you're using that research to challenge your assumptions. Make sure that you don't assume that this is what's going to work well and then just look for information that reinforces that. Go out and actually challenge that. Sit on the sidewalk and count cars for the area, or do whatever you have to do to actually practically be there and get real information. Challenge every piece of research you get and dig deeper.